she must have guessed by now that Olivia is sending this ring as a proposal. Back in those days, it was very dishonorable for women to go out and propose or speak out their hearts. So she does not want Malvolio to think anything bad about his lady. Hello and welcome back to NibblePop. We are doing a thorough textual reading and analysis of William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. We have completed the first act and the first scene of the second act. Today in this video, which is also going to be a short one, we are going to look at the second scene of the second act. This is the point where the actual rising action begins, where the complications become more and more intense. Action-wise, this scene is a continuation of the last scene of the first act. Okay, you remember how that scene ended? Olivia gave the ring to Malvolio, saying that go to that messenger, give that ring to him, tell him that I will not accept it. So Malvolio rushes out. Maybe Malvolio goes through a shortcut or something, because when this scene opens, scene 2 of Act 2, we have this specified instruction, stage direction, that enter Viola and Malvolio at several doors. So normally what would have happened, that Viola is going somewhere, like going away from Olivia's place, Malvolio is kind of chasing her. Okay, but it doesn't happen that way. It is several doors, which means that on stage we see Viola as Cesario entering and Malvolio is coming from the other side. So we can understand that maybe it's some back door which Malvolio took, maybe some emergency exit, okay, because he's the butler of the house, he knows many alternate ways. So he comes out of the house and meets Viola, and that creates a kind of surprise. He is not calling from behind, he is meeting, like facing her. Okay, so both of them, they stand facing each other, and Malvolio says, "Were not you even now with the Countess Olivia?" He knows that this was the messenger, but he still wants to make sure. "Even now, sir, on a moderate pace, I have since arrived but hither." Yes, I was like shortly there. "She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains. See, because of you, I have to come all the way here, because you gave this ring to her. To have taken it away yourself, you should have taken the ring away yourself. Then I wouldn't have to come chasing you." She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance. You should confirm to your employer, to your boss, she will none of him. So Malvolio is very authoritative and he says that please go and tell Count Orsino that my lady will not entertain any more messengers from him. And one thing more, that you be never so hardly to come again in his affairs. You will not come here to talk about Orsino, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Yes, you can come and tell my lady the reaction of Orsino. So that was something which Olivia had said. Why? Because she wants to see Viola, that is Cesario, again. So this is a tricky statement. Viola, she knows that she has not given any ring. She knows that this is a game which Olivia is playing. She knows that this is a signal that Olivia is giving. But instead of saying that I have not given her any ring, she says, she took the ring of me, I'll none of it. She took it from me. So why is she not telling Malvolio the truth? For one thing, she is a woman. Olivia is a woman. She must have guessed by now that Olivia is sending this ring as a proposal to Cesario. And therefore, she feels that being a woman, she should somehow safeguard the honor of another woman, because back in those days, it was very dishonorable for women to go out and propose or speak out their hearts. Society would look down upon them. So she does not want Malvolio to think anything bad about his lady. That is one thing. Another thing is, she doesn't want to go into any confrontation with Malvolio. She just accepts the fact that, okay, yes, I have given her this ring, I'll not take it back. Malvolio is hardly interested. He says, "Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her. And her will is it should be so returned. And you threw it to her, so I'll throw it to you." And Malvolio throws the ring at him. "If it be worth stooping for," so now the ring is thrown at her, and the ring drops down. So the ring is lying on the ground, and Malvolio says that if you think that this ring is important, you will stoop down, you will bend down and pick it up. Otherwise, whoever finds it, I don't care. There it lies in your eye. If not, be it his that finds it. So there it lies in your eye. Lies here means it's lying there. It's fallen. And lies also means it's now speaking the truth. Of course, the ring is lying here, isn't it? So Malvolio goes away in a very haughty manner. Viola is so confused, and at the same time, she starts to even panic a little. "I left no ring with her. What means this lady? What's wrong with this woman? Fortune forbid. My outside have not charmed her." Now she starts to think that, okay, has my appearance taken her heart away? Has she fallen in love with my appearance? She made good view of me. She was looking at me very well. Indeed, so much that methought her eyes had lost her tongue. She was looking like intensely at me. And for a few moments, I thought that she was unable to even speak. She was stupefied when she was looking at me. For she did speak in starts, distractedly. The way she was speaking, it was also not very clear and coherent. So those are the signals, the signs which Viola now is thinking about, which she thinks might be linked to what Olivia was thinking about her. She loves me, sure. So this woman has fallen in love with me. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. So that's why she has devised this plan to send this ring through this messenger. And okay, so now things are getting clear in Viola's eyes. None of my lord's ring. Okay, so she's saying that she'll not accept Orsino's ring. Why? He sent her none. No ring was sent by Orsino. I am the man. Okay, so she is sending the ring to me. I am the man. If it be so, as it is, poor lady, she were better love a dream. Because her identity is a disguise here. And if Viola is the object of Olivia's love, then Olivia will not get anything in return, because Olivia loves a man and that man does not exist. So she is loving a dream. Disguise, I see thou art a wickedness wherein the pregnant enemy does much. Disguise is something which people make use of to hurt their enemies. Okay, people, disguise themselves, go and kill their enemies, go and hurt their enemies. That is fine. How easy is it for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms. Now she thinks that she never wanted Olivia to fall in love with her, right? But Olivia fell in love with her. What if she was a very bad man and not Viola? Viola is thinking like this. What if I was a very bad man? Then I could easily disguise myself and then make a woman fall in love with me and do anything I wish with them. So now she is generalizing women and saying that women are very soft-hearted creatures and they don't have much judgment. They easily fall victim to people who make use of disguises. So she is saying, how easy is it for the proper false? Means for a person who is genuinely bad, they so easily trick women. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. She is a woman and she thinks that I think this is our weakness. And frailty means weakness, which is not an entirely negative thing. It's like women are incapable of applying their judgment because they do not have the strength to assert themselves. I'm so frail that I can't tell people what I want. And that is why women are tricked so much. For such as we are made of, such we be. And then she is thinking, what will happen of this? How will this fetch? How will this turn out? Now she paints the real triangle in front of us. You can visualize the triangle. My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. So she loves Orsino, Viola loves Orsino, Orsino loves Olivia, and she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. And Olivia loves Viola, thinking that it is a man or she is a man. My state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? So because I am a man, so my state, I am a man means I am dressed up as a man. So no matter how much I want, Orsino will never think about me as a lover. Therefore, my state is desperate, okay, for my master's love. On the other hand, because Olivia has fallen in love with a person who looks like a man, therefore we can assume that Olivia is also a straight person. She has not fallen in love with Viola because she's a lesbian. No. So Viola knows that in reality, Olivia has not fallen in love with the woman, but the man she sees in Viola. And therefore, Olivia's happiness is also not something which is going to happen or be achieved. And she says, what thriftless means profitless. What thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? So Olivia will also not get her love. Orsino will not get his love because Olivia will never agree. And Viola will not get her love because Orsino will never see her as a woman. So in this triangle, everybody is loving the other person, but no one is getting anything back. What can solve this? Well, for Viola, the only thing that has the greatest power is time. She repeatedly talks about time as a provider of solution. And she says, "O time, thou must untangle this, not I." So she is, you can say, visualizing time as a real entity. She's talking to time is in an apostrophe, addressing somebody who's not present there. So time is seen as a person here, and she says that time can untangle this. It's all tangled up, and only time can solve it, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie. It has gotten into such a complicated situation that is not possible for a human being to solve. And this is a prophetic thing that she's saying, and it has a lot of emphasis on the idea of fate too, that eventually we'll see that it is indeed time which sorts things out. So Viola, she is holding on to time, holding on to patience, holding on to sanity, her mental stability, because she knows that things are getting out of hand, but she has no power to change anything at the moment. So on this note, we end the second scene. Scene 3 will bring us back to the household of Olivia. Again, a scene where we'll see a lot of drunken revelry of Toby, of Andrew, and we will see the complications of the subplot emerging and building up. We will see a different shade to Malvolio, okay, and how things turn out. So that's going to be an interesting scene, I'm sure. We will meet each other again in our next video. Now that you have started to have some idea about Viola's character, I'm sure you would appreciate the article which I have written. I'll give the link in the description box on the role of Viola, on the character of Viola. And there you will see how I have talked about this conflict in her and how she relates to time and how she adheres to basic sensibility as the solution to her problems, how she is remarkably strong and how she uses her strength without compromising her feminine grace. Okay, so I'll see you all in my next video. Till then, stay happy, stay subscribed and keep commenting. This is Monami Mukherjee signing off. Bye-bye.